This week on the Reseller Locker Room podcast, episode 49. Looky, we have the GodFather himself, the ambassador of the Reseller Locker Room. We're going to sit down and talk to Mike Camporeale. Stick around. And ladies and gentlemen, we're back with you here in the Reseller Locker Room. My name is Ben, the Rocky Top Picker, followed by Mr. Shane sporting his Wild Stallions t-shirt, Soda City Flips, and then Alex does not love McDonald's tea. The Beard King Picker is up in the house, and the one and only ambassador to the Reseller Locker Room podcast. Gentlemen, let's give a hand clap to Mr. Mike Camporeale joining us.
What's up, Mike?
What is up, dude?
Guys?
It is awesome to finally have you on the show.
Great to be here. Looking forward to it.
Yep,
Absolutely.
should be a good one.
All right, Mike, for those of you...
Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Real quick.
Uh-oh.
We have to thoroughly describe who Mike Metco is
Oh, yeah.
before we get more negative comments.
It's true. You better handle that.
Better do it right, Ben. We're
That's
upsetting
true.
people.
That's true. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, just to give you a brief synopsis of who Mike Camporeale is. He is a fellow reseller up in New York, up in Yonkers, actually.
That's correct.
And he owned his own business. He was an electrician for many years since he was a kid, right, Mike?
Yep.
And he got into reselling, but we're going to let him tell a little bit about his story. But anyway, he joined us at the Highway 127 sale when we rented our Airbnb. He stayed with us in the locker room house all week. We got to spend a lot of time together, party together. And we got a lot. He's probably got a lot of stories that has not been told about those party events, but we'll leave that up to him if he wants to share any of that. But Mike, like the fellas said, it's good to have you on with us in the locker room. And for those watching, how about you just give a little background about who you are, how you got into reselling? Let's start there.
Okay, my store name is Mike Metco. I sell on eBay. Pretty much predominantly, I'm listed on Bonanza, but you know what? 6 months, I haven't made my first sale yet. So basically it's eBay. You know, I'm not a YouTuber, although I've been encouraged by people to, maybe take the plunge. But I tell you, I give you guys a lot of credit. It's a crap load of work. It really is. And I just don't want to do it. Plus I've been like really up until like a month ago, I was like so afraid of coming on screen. I just like really, I'm very shy, really basically. You know, once you get to know me, you can't shut me up. But in front of the camera, I couldn't do it. And in fact, I gained my confidence on the Reseller Locker Room live from Crossville. You know, they invited me to come on, and I said, "All right, listen, guys, I'll come on, but like, put me on for 2 minutes, and then put me out of there." But it was so comfortable. It was a great, it was really a great experience. Getting time to spend with you guys because you really made me comfortable. I know that's how it is in the reseller world, just in general. I mean, you don't know any people. You get to meet them. Like I met Shane down in Orlando and hit it off right away. And with everyone else, it's pretty much the same. So when you had me on the live, as per my request, okay, Mike, you're off. And I even said if you'll go back to me, well, I can stay on a little bit longer. I can stay a little bit longer. I got comfortable, but. Basically, I started on eBay when the pandemic broke because it was the first time that I really had spare time. I'm like a type A personality. I've worked like a dog my whole life. I worked 10, 12 hours a day in my business. Did pretty well at that. And when COVID hit, I'm an electrician, so I was in people's houses. They weren't letting you in the houses anymore. So I said, let me try eBay. Let me give it a shot, see if I like it. I loved it. And, the rest is history. I've been like really an avid content consumer. When I first started out, I knew nothing like everyone else. And, there was a big learning curve to incur. So I started watching whoever and whatever I could watch, and I learned a lot from the different content providers. And then, you get to love everybody just from seeing them on screen. And then I found out that there were these meetups, because it's kind of a lonely existence. Everyone in reselling knows you're in your basement in your eBay cave or whatever, and you're listing and you're packing and everything, and you really you don't relate to your family or your friends. I'm very enthusiastic about eBay, and I'll talk your ear off, and like I would try to do that to my friends and family, and you could see right away. You read the body language, and you just cut it out. So when I found out that there were these meetups, I said, "Wow, there's meetups. I'm going to go check one of these out." My first one was in Vegas, Boss Reseller, and it blew me away. I mean, I just couldn't believe how cool it was, how much fun it was, and that I found a community. That's where I met Archie and John Miller from Flippin' Ain't Easy, and from that day to this day, I'm really close to them. In fact, I'm setting up my own little meetup in October, because the Boss Reseller event was like every October, but they're not having it this October because they're going to reschedule till like March or April. So I said I can't stay away from Archie and John that long. So I'm setting up a little gathering myself at the end of October. So like I said, I just started watching all these, and it's like 3 different levels of experience with YouTube reseller content. First, I just learned. Secondly, I got to know everyone kind of not on a personal level, but kind of know them a little bit. And then once I started going to these meetups, it was like amazing. And then now you can really get to meet people and meet them one-on-one. And, as we've said all along, all these meetups are great. And I had, so much fun. So I'm doing okay. A quick little starting story. I told it on Jefferson's podcast. I'll make it short, where I wasn't sure if I was going to do well on eBay or not, but I wasn't doing it for the money. I mean, I've made my money. I've worked my whole life. And I said, let me give it a try, see if I like it. I loved it. Let me see if it's a hobby. And a hobby like usually costs you money. You go play a round of golf at tennis, it's costing you $100.
That's
but
true.
Hobbies, this hobby ended up not costing me money. It made money. My first 90-day total was $10,000. I couldn't believe it. And I do like about a 60%, net from that. And the reason, and it's not a brag. I mean, I just kind of fell through it. I told the story many times before, but being an electrician and not throwing anything out ever, I kept all my surplus materials, and I had like these circuit breakers that I gotten from a job. I had a job. They commissioned me to like rewire 300 units, take out the circuit breaker panel, put a new panel in, and a few other things. And I saved all these breakers. So I ended up with, do I have one? Yeah.
Yeah, you told me this story in Crossville, actually, Mike.
Right.
I remember this.
So I had 2,000 of these breakers, right? They're called Zisco breakers, right? 2,000 of them that not only cost me nothing, and you'll see as we go along, I'll tell you a lot of my sourcing involves zero buy costs. So these things I got for like, free. I got them negative free because I got paid to take them out. And they're out of existence. You can't get them anymore. In fact, if you go to the supply house, they're going to sell you a used one, and these things are like $19 a pop. So
Wow.
The first thing I listed were these breakers, and I had them in lots of 2, 3, 5. I sold a lot of 100 once, and I just started selling them right away. My first month in eBay, I was selling 5, 10, 15 a week, sometimes 3, 4, 5 a day, making $20 a pop. So that's how I got my heads up in eBay. I mean, basically 95% of my sales the first 90 days were these breakers, and I was fortunate that I had them to sell. They didn't cost me anything, and they were good sellers because they're rare, and then that gave me the opportunity to like learn how to do everything else. Start to go to yard sales and clear out all the stuff around my house and sell that. And
it's funny too that you mentioned breakers, because that's not something most people are interested in picking up. They don't even look at them. So if I'm at the flea market or yard sales and I see them, they're generally cheap, like $1 a piece. I'll
good
pick
money
up
in them.
every single one of them. I've never sold one for less than like $15.
Yeah, no, it's good money in them, because it's a refined niche. Not everyone's going to buy them, but you got I even do that myself. I mean, I'm still I'm retired, but I still do a decent amount of side work, and I let my guys go, my trucks, and all the insurance and that whole rigmarole. So I just kind of work on my own, and I'll use eBay to source materials as well because it's out there. So it's not a big market, it's not a big market, but it's a dedicated market. It's a sophisticated market. Like, a guy goes on eBay to buy a Zinsco breaker and mine's $19, and he's going to go to a supply house and it's going to cost him $30 or $40 to get the same thing. They're buying my stuff. So it's a small market, but it's, for the people who go there to buy the stuff, they're going to buy. It's not, I've never had anyone, have me make an offer on one of my Zinsco breakers. And I sold about 1,900 of these 2,000. I got a handful left. No one's looking to make, ask for an offer. They $20, you got it. When can you send it to me? And that's it. So I did. That was my claim to fame when I first started out. I was ranked number 1 in Zinsco breaker before I even knew what that meant. the first year I was the Zinsco king. My friends were kidding me around and telling me. So that's basically my starting story. I got plenty more to say,
awesome.
but I don't want to commandeer the show.
That's cool that you ranked number 1 on a certain product, though. I only ranked number 1 of unanswered messages on eBay.
I don't know. Dave might give you a run for your money there. He talks about that all the time, too. Real quick, though, guys, something else that was brought up. We should probably mention Chris is out again this week, obviously. Dealing with more personal stuff. So we'll let him tell you guys about that when he gets back. But Chris, we're thinking about you guys.
Yeah.
Wish you well, brother.
Well, that was a good intro. I at least know who's on the show. Last week I had no idea who that random guy was. So thank you for clearing that up this time, Dan.
Come to find out, he likes to lay on couches.
Yeah,
shirtless and create shorts.
Hey,
he's a couch hopper at thrift stores.
Give him some credit, boys. He kept his shirt on. That's a plus.
That was a good appearance. He was very funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike, you said there's levels to reselling. So would the next level for you would be starting a channel? Is that the next level, leveling up?
No, I don't think YouTube is in my future, Alex. Like I says, I'm a little lazy, actually. And
Mike, you mentioned that you're not a YouTuber, and you're not a YouTuber, but you can often be found in other people's videos.
Oh yeah.
I've watched other people's, content. Trash to Cash guys, for instance, those guys. Somebody got a sale there. But I've seen you, in other people's videos. You were in one of my videos from Trash to Cash weekend. Multiple videos, probably, actually, but I've seen you, cruising around with the guys, checking out yard sales and things like that. So you don't have your own channel, but you're definitely a YouTuber in a way.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, like, I'm the type of person that, I go to a meetup, I engage, I get comfortable and close with everyone. They usually let me hang out with them during picking. So I did a lot of picking with Dave and Kevin when I was there. And, I got very close, as I said, with John Miller and all. And I'm active. I'm active in the, in the comments and in the community. People know me, and I'm easy to approach. In fact, it's funny. The topic of me was brought up. I don't remember whose podcast it was, but Corey from Grams and Pop says, "Yeah, well, if Mike ever started a YouTube channel, he'd have like 1,000 subs right away, immediately."
Yeah.
And Archie made a comment, which I think was a nice thing to say. He said it just to me, but it's nothing anything private or whatever. He says, "Mike, you and I are the most famous non-YouTube YouTubers out there." I said, "But Archie, you are a content provider," and I've been really riding Archie to get back into the stick because I think he puts out some good videos. So he's a personal friend, so I can ride him a little bit, and I'm constantly busting his nuts on getting back into it. Archie's when he's ready to do it, he'll do it.
He'll do it.
Yeah, he'll pop a video out every now and then, and you're right, they're always good. His content's good.
Yeah.
He's just got so much going on in life. Like me, it's hard to find time to do certain things you want to do, or you know, he knows he needs to put out content to get views, but he's got to be able to find the time to do it.
Yep. Well, let me just say one thing that's important to me while we're on the topic of Biscuit Butt. I am very beholden to him because I don't know if I told you guys a story, but basically, the way I got connected with you fellows was that Archie was originally going to be in Crossville, right? And then one thing fell through, whatever. So now I had all my plans, set up and everything. And now, like, Archie wasn't going to Crossville, and I felt really awkward. I almost denied the invitation, Ben. I don't know if I told you. I might have told you that, but I was really uncomfortable. I didn't know you guys from Adam. I had met Shane casually down in Orlando. I had never met Alex, Chris, or you, Ben. So now, like, without my connection, Archie in the picture, I really felt very awkward about going. But Archie says, "No, man, these guys are cool. I'll call up Ben. I'll explain what's happening." And boy, am I glad that I didn't, fall through on that. Because like I said,
we are too, buddy.
Us too.
Took me in. You just took me in like you knew me forever. And, and I, looking back, I said, boy, what a faux pas that would have been if I went through my original feeling of saying, no, thanks, but no, guys. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. I didn't want to impose. I didn't want to feel like the third wheel.
I was going to say too, and you actually touched on it just a second ago. You and I did meet in Orlando, but we really didn't have a whole lot of time to hang out.
No, we didn't. It was very casual, but like, we kind of got, and Archie comes into, you told the story before. Archie comes into play one more time because, I know Archie. I know Archie very well, very close. We're good friends, and he knows you. And the first time I met you, we were at one of the Trash to Gas, conferences or whatever. And you come up to me and says, Mike, you're Mike, right? I said, yeah. He says, well, Archie Biscuit Butt said I should come over and give you a hug. I said, well, bring it on, brother. I had not spoken to you 1 minute before. Now we're like bear hugging each other like crazy.
Yeah, our very first interaction with each other, and we're hugging two grown men hugging in front of a room full of people.
Disgustingly so. But I mean, it really broke that ice, and we like, it's the friendship.
Yeah, and then you and I ended up having lunch with Kevin and Carrie and Dawn and Dave, and that was cool.
Yeah.
And then we ran into you. Anthony and I were Dragon Master Finds.
Right. Yeah, I remember that.
Going to yard sales, and we ran into you guys at the first sale we went to, and I remember thinking, crap, they're on the same freaking path we're on.
Yeah,
we got to battle all these freaking amazing pickers, Anthony, and we never ran into you guys again. I couldn't believe it.
We went a different way.
I mean, I'd like to pick with these guys, but I want to find stuff, and I don't want to fight anybody for it.
Yeah, so speaking of Archie or John, is the after party in Vegas at Archie's house or John's house?
No, we're just going to do. It's just going to be very informal. Like I said, I'm going to be there for 2 weeks. Because I want to have time to spend with John and Jenna and Archie. I'm staying in Archie's house the entire 2 weeks, and I figure while I'm there, let me pick a date, pick a venue, which is not tied down yet, but I know the date. It's going to be on the 18th, and then we're going to invite everyone. Just like a pizza place or whatever, or just a Friday night get together, casual. And I'm not charging anyone, of course. It's just you come on and we. You come over, we get to network, because basically that's what these meetups are, just networking. And then it's like, okay, guys, tomorrow we're going to, for whoever's interested, we're going to go and, do some picking, garage sales, because I was going to go originally in August, actually right after the 127, I'm on a schedule. But John said, no, don't come in August. It's too hot. There's no sales now, so October is good. So we're gonna, just have it because, like, I know a lot of people. In addition to John and Archie, I got because again, you come to these events and every reseller in town, comes out of the woodwork, and I got to meet Art of Resell and Sunny Las Vegas and Mikey Bags of Money, and Katie and Vicky, who were the hosts at the Boss Reseller Con. So I'm going to personally invite all of them and anyone else who wants to come. Anyone else in the
I bet J-Rod. J-Rod moved north, but I think I bet he'd come.
Yeah, I was talking to Chris about that. Archie about that yesterday. So he's recently moved north, and he's like 5 hours away now. You know, he used to be a little closer. But Chris is going to come out. Chris is going to come up. So we got a good opportunity to meet him. I miss him. I miss all you guys. Chris is cool.
You guys heard it. For 2 weeks straight, party at Archie's house.
Yeah.
Every night.
Every single night. Well, Mike, you got to give Archie a big old hug for me this time.
I certainly will do that, sir.
Yep.
No problem.
Well, you know, you haven't made YouTube success until you've had Mike do a cameo appearance in your videos, because that's the word I was looking for, Shane, when you guys were talking about he's been in everybody's videos. He is an expert at doing cameo appearances. And so he's a cameo star. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But Mike, let's get into a couple things here, brother. Tell me what you do not like or what aggravates you the most about the reselling business.
That's a tough one, because I really pride myself on loving every aspect of it. I mean, of course, returns, but like the returns are going to happen, and it's kind of like paying taxes. People say, "Oh, I don't want to pay so much taxes. I pay $100,000 in taxes." Well, I wish I was paying $100,000 in taxes. That means I'd be grossing $1 million. So I wish I was doing 100 returns a week. That means I'd be selling, 10,000 a week. So that I'm not too crazy about. Although it doesn't happen much in my case. I've been lucky. I really pride myself on good customer service and staying attentive and doing the right thing all the way around. And I have like 100% feedback, and some of my feedback comments are just like they go on and on. Bestseller, EAB seller, and that's good. It makes me feel good. So it's that little bit of feedback to me that I'm on the right track. But dumb buyers, people who like spin your wheels. I was just sharing backstage that this guy asked me about this Olivetti electric typewriter, and he asked me if it had a certain feature or whatever, and I didn't really know. So I had pulled it out and I tested it, and I got back to him. The guy wanted me to buy a part and put it in, and then who knows if he's even going to buy. So look, I'm selling this thing parts only, for this reason. It doesn't work. You got to know 10 times more about typewriters than I do. I can barely type, and that's about the extent of it. So, if you're interested, I sent him an offer. I took 15% off because I had engaged with him. I usually like to do that. And, I'm, of course, still waiting for him to get back to me. And I got this damn typewriter on my bench that I got to put back in my inventory. So that's about it. But basically, for the most part, to answer your question, there's not much I don't like about reselling. I know it sounds Pollyanna and all, but I really, I dig it, man. I tell you, I've done a myriad of different things throughout my life. And I really engage in, like my electrical job. There was never a day that I did not enjoy getting up and going to work. And that's that kind of person. And all the other adjunctive different things. I was a bartender for a while. I taught a course in meditation. I loved all of that stuff, And
wait a minute. You bartended for a while.
Yeah.
Boys.
Next what happened at the 127?
Yeah, what happened at the 120? You could have bartended all of us at the parties, dude. What's going on?
Well, that was years ago. That was like in my 30s. I'm almost 70 and I'm 69.
You're going to have to get refreshed, my friend, because you're going to be hired to be the bartender next time.
I don't know how much I remember, but I tell you, it was a good gig. It was a lucrative gig. This was back in the 70s, and I was like pulling down. I worked 5 days. I was pulling down like $1,500 to $2,000 a week, cash money.
Yeah.
And back in those days, it was really good. It was really good.
70s were great, man.
Yeah. I hated crowds. It's funny thing is, I wouldn't like to go on the other side of the stick, they call it, because I don't like those crowds. But being a bartender is great. You could have a room 3 deep with people, and then you got your own 20 square feet. That's just you. And you're not, just run back.
And you're focused on what you're doing. You're not really focused on the crowd.
Right. Exactly.
So
anyway, the point I was making was that despite the fact that everything that I've ever done, I really embrace and enjoy and I love, I think reselling is like my favorite thing at this point. I really,
That's awesome.
I really love every part of it.
Well, I don't think that we had the conversation. We may have talked about this when I was taking you back to the airport when we were together. I don't recall it, but I'm going to ask anyway. Everybody does their business different. We can all agree to that.
Sure.
Some people run markdown sales once a week. Some people do it once a month. Some people are in a habit of doing a weekly or a daily or at least one time a month end and sell similar. And people get different results from that. Of course, it's been established in this locker room that results vary on doing the end and sell similar deal. So what are some of the little tweaks that you do for your business in an average week? What would you normally, what kind of tools would you pull out of the tool bag to try to jumpstart sales for yourself?
Okay, well, firstly, I'm big on communications, and it really helps me out. I will, and this is all just kind of not a natural flow. I don't have to like make a special effort at any point in the week to do this. I just do it on the fly. Like I will be in touch with each buyer about 4 or 5 times through the course of the sale. As soon as I get that, yeah. As soon as I get, and it's easy, it's just built in. As soon as I get that ka-ching, I get on the phone. Joe, thanks for your purchase. I will send out your DVD or your Zinsco breaker tomorrow morning. Boom, and that's that, right? So that's
what you actually call the buyer on the phone?
No, I just use
voice.
the voice back to the eBay messaging.
Okay,
right?
okay.
As soon as I get the sale, you can say contact buyer. I put it on voice activation, and I give them that little blurb, and that's it, right? So they know. And someone once even says, "Boy, is this an automated response? You answer right away." No, this is me. Sometimes I won't get get to the sale right away, but usually more often than not, within a minute of the ka-ching, I've let that buyer know that I'm on it, right? Then I go home and I process all my sales. And then the second line of communication is I make I do a packing list, right? Some people say yes, some people say no. I send one of these out to each of my buyers, and this is my worksheet. So I have like all my details on here for me, but I have a similar one that just says, thanks, shipping out 9/17, and you'll get it, whatever. And then I email them, and this is all cut and paste. I have like these preset forms, whether it's going out Ground Advantage or it's going out UPS or if it's EIS or if I do a media mail to Ground Advantage upgrade. I just plug it in and I type and I send them each day. With each sale, they'll get a written message saying, thanks again for your purchase. I just packed your order. It's going to go out today, and it's sending it out by Ground Advantage, and you will receive it between the 18th and the 21st. So
I don't do any of that shit, Mike.
Neither do I, bro.
No, I know it's a little bit of work, but like I said, the thing is that it's automated. It's like as I get the sale, I'm acknowledging the sale and thanking them. As I'm fulfilling the order, it's right there on the page, contact buyer. I have like this pre-made blurb. I cut and paste, and that's that. It takes me like 30 seconds to do all this to get an email out to the person. And then
wow.
And then if they say thank you, a lot of them, some people couldn't be bothered. Let's face it, they're not interested. Just send me my item, and I'll be happy. Some people like, oh yeah, thanks very much, and then I'll acknowledge that. You're welcome, no problem. And it's all like sales. It's all like sales driven as well. Like when in that confirmation message that I send them, telling them how it's going out and what, when they should expect to deliver it. Then there's a little sales blurb in it. It says, by the way, I just retired as an electrician and AV installer. I have a whole bunch of stuff. If you're interested in anything, get back to me. So I give them like a sales pitch, while I got them, while I have their attention. And again, if 80%, 50% don't read it, fine. But the ones that do, and I've gotten a lot of repeat business out of that.
Yeah.
Now, the last thing that I do, and this is one thing that is not really on the fly as I go along, but I do it once a month. At the end of the month, I will go to all my feedbacks. And again, this is all cut and paste. This is just repeat. I thank them again. I give them between 2 weeks and a month to have gotten their item and to work with us. Gee, thanks again. Thanks for your kind words. I pick out the ones who really, give me like gushing positive reviews. Thank you so much for your kind words. I really, and I lay it on. I really strive to do my best customer service that I can, but it's true. I mean, I lay it on. I can.
Yeah, you definitely do
I lay it on
for that.
Right, and then I say, and again, remember, Alex again, huh? Boy, I wish I was Alex.
It's every show, man.
When I grow up, I want to be a reseller just like Alex. I've always said that. Well, anyway, to finish up that concept, so what I do is, thanks for your nice words. I appreciate it, and I give them another sales pitch. So it gives them 2 opportunities. So I'm on top of all these people. They're loving that. In the meantime, I'm getting some good, free advertising for them as well. So, and also what I do is in that end of month message to them, I make up a private coupon, right? 15% off. And I say, by the way, use this coupon for any repeat sales. I call it a repeat buyer loyalty coupon. And so I get that in there as well.
And then 6 months later, he sends them a box of chocolate and a card straight to the mail.
Yeah.
And a Christmas card every Christmas.
Birthday. Yeah. I'm curious if this helps your store. Like, how many followers do you have in your store? Because I'm curious if this is helping gain followers.
Yeah, I think I got about 1,000 followers.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Must.
We'll see. I'm sitting there wondering if that makes me think it's got to help your algorithm out. Just the fact that you're constantly interacting with buyers.
Yes.
That makes me think it's got to help the algorithm out. That the eBay sees that you're going above and beyond to make the customer happy. They got to love that. And that makes me think they push your store.
It does. Wow. It helps in 3 ways. Like you just said, Shane, just that the fact that you're communicating is a tick on the eBay algorithm. Then the fact that you are really complying and bending over backwards with the buyer, it's like I've maintained 100% feedback rating since I started, and thirdly, what happens is it gives you a little cushion in the case that maybe I screw up or an item that doesn't end up working, even though I sent it out working, whatever. Because when I go through all of this overindulgence of communication, and then I wrap, every item that I send out, whether it's a $15 album or a $500 black box, I'll wrap in tissue paper. Then I saran wrap it for water protection. I bubble wrap it great. My boxes all look good. So now when someone, and I can't tell you how many times people say, this is the most amazing packing you've ever seen. And I'll tell you how that benefits. Because what happens is a guy gets, or a girl gets your item, and they see what was involved in getting it, put together. You're on their side. They know you care. Right. And then how many times that, well, gee, it didn't work, but now, it's not like I just threw it in a poly mailer, and now it's just, and it really helps. So it's covered my butt a lot of times.
No one over there, Ben.
When it didn't, when the sale was less than perfect, and it gives me a lot of grace. Let's put it that way.
I'm sorry, I got busy looking at all my sales right now that I'm going to throw in a poly bag. But did you say you put a bow on it and wrapped it?
Come on.
Only on the chocolates that I send, Alex.
Okay. All right. Let me do a quick recap.
That was priceless.
Yeah. All right. Let me do a quick recap. In case you just joined us, we're joined here with Mike Camporeale, reseller right here on the eBay platform, joining us on our show. If you just missed the last 15 minutes of this show, I suggest you pause it, go back and rewatch lessons on customer service, because Mike, dude, you go
making this full-time resellers look bad.
Yes, you're going above and beyond anything that the rest of us ever thought about doing, which is not a bad thing. It's great.
No.
But you said, Mike, at the top of the show that, when we were talking about you need to do YouTube, you were saying, well, I'm kind of lazy. No, you're not lazy, because everything you do to take care of that customer immediately after the sale, and then even after weeks after the sale, and you're still touching base with them. None of us have been doing that. And I dare say a lot of our viewers that are watching this and listening, they're not doing anything close to what you're doing as far as that goes.
Yeah.
Well, it works for me. I'm not saying that you got to do it. Just that.
I'm so inspired, Mike. I might actually click one of these messages and see what the heck these people are saying to me. But probably not.
Maybe one.
Wow.
Maybe one.
Well, gentlemen, I think we had our topic of this show is Mike's viewpoints on customer service. So that's major. What real quick, Mike, do you have any other tips that you can share with the viewers?
Let me see. Not a fan, but if it comes to me, I'll mention that.
Just the tip, Mike. Just the tip.
Just a tip.
Yeah. All right. Let's get into the sale of the week here, gentlemen. If whoever wants to go first.
I can share my screen. Present. Share screen. There's way too many buttons to click to do this. Now, if it'll ever pull up. Okay, somebody else might want to go while this.
Yeah. Well, the guy that's got to click on it, he went away. Oh, he's back.
No, I'm here.
Oh, I have to hit share screen on mine too. So we're all unprepared here.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Go, Mike, go.
I'm ready. All right. I just want to preface this. I actually have two sales. I'm going to mention two sales because they're in the same category. This was my best sale of the week.
Whoops. How did that?
Hold on.
Take mine down, yeah.
Hold it straight up to the camera there, Mike.
379. I can.
Yeah, there's a glare on it.
It's got a bad glare. It's hard to see what it is.
This might be better.
Now it's black.
After screen.
Okay.
Technical difficulty.
There we go.
Nice.
Now this was something that I ended up netting about 330 for, and the big point of this one is that my buy cost was $0.
There you go.
I'm going to pull up another one that I just sold today.
It's like my baseball bat last week.
That's the way you work it.
And this one sold today. I don't mean to pull two sales of the week, but the reason why I bring them both up is that one part of my business model, we didn't talk about that, was that as far as sourcing, I have this arrangement with a couple of friends of mine. The last few years of my electrical business, I had to start taking it a little easier and not doing the heavy and industrial stuff. So I niched off into audio, video, computer installations, and things of that nature. Was a little bit easier. And what I would do is go into these people's homes and install a new TV or audio equipment or whatever, and they'd ask you to just, would you do me a favor, take it out with you, take the old stuff out with you and throw it away? And I, sure, take it and throw it out. I would sell it. So I had this endless supply, and I have 3 other business friends who are in the same industry who do the same thing, and I have an arrangement with them. It's not a consignment. It's consignment's tough because if someone doesn't really know what you're doing, they're expecting you to sell it for $1 million and it's got to sell yesterday, and they want their cut and whatever. This is not consignment. This is just an agreement that I have with 3 of my business associates who do the same thing, that just on a weekly and monthly basis supply me with this stuff. And I got some high-end stuff. I have some $800,000 Denon receivers and Nokia receivers and all. And when the deal, they know what I do. They know how it works. I explain to them look, what I'll do is I'll list it, right? And then once it sells, I take out the eBay fees, which is about 40%, and then I take taxes out for me. Whatever, I don't hurt myself. I make sure that I'm not at the end of the year getting stuck for my resale taxes or whatever. but whatever is left at the end of the takeouts, like probably about 40 or 50%, whatever's remaining, the 50 or 60%, we split right down the middle. Their responsibility is applying me with these free goods. My responsibility is listing it and sending it out. And then as they bring me not new merchandise, some of it's new, some of it's just pre-owned. And I keep a little, I write everything down. I'm old school. Here's my list. That's
Chisel
Dean.
and stone.
Right, that's Dean. So that's what I sold to Dean over the last couple of months. So now he will come and provide me with new stuff, and I'll give him whatever is owed to him. And this is a constant flow of merchandise that comes free to me. And those last two items were in that category. They're both free to me. And I don't mind splitting the profits 50%, because it didn't cost me anything to buy them, and I don't have to go out and source them either. They come to me.
That's cool. That's
awesome.
All right, Shano, what you got, brother?
Oh, this is one of those two audio mixers that I bought while we were in Crossville.
127,
Yeah, this one here was the one I paid up a little bit for. They wanted 50, I offered 40, she took it. This came from the same yard sale we all did really well at. With Alex's books and the records and all that. This was the first thing I picked up there before I saw the records. But when I comped it out there in her garage, I saw that they were selling regularly for $150 plus shipping or $170 to $180 free shipping. So I listed mine for $150, and I mean, what's it been, a month, maybe a little over, and it's sold. $149 plus shipping, and I'm in after fees and all, I got $132. So what's that, about $80 profit after all said and done in only a month? I'm not upset with that. I have another one that I actually want to share. Let me see. I'll let Alex go while I try to pull this one up.
All righty.
All right. Yeah, I sold this DC Universe. It's a 10th anniversary Blu-ray box set. So it's a whole bunch of DVDs in there and like shorts and stuff like that. This is actually a limited edition. This was numbered 628 out of 2000. I had it listed for $320, but I took an offer for $230. I got it for $2. So sold for $230 on an offer in about 2 days of listing this thing. Brand new, steel sealed.
Nice.
Very nice.
That's cool.
Nice.
All right. I want to show this one really quick just because I want people to be on the lookout for it if they come across it, because I was kind of shocked. All right. Can you see this?
Yeah.
So this is a Snap-on vintage 4.5-inch plier set. The numbers for the pliers are 184, 94, and 5. Comes with a leather case, and it's stamped in the leather. It's stamped Snap-on. But I picked this up this past weekend at a yard sale. My wife and I were running into town, and we just swung by this one little yard sale, lonely old little yard sale, and I spent $20. I gave $3 for this, and I got home. I started comping it out, and I could not find this set anywhere. I could find the individual pliers, but I couldn't find the set with the leather case and all three of the pliers. But based on single comps for the singles, I was like, all right, I'm going to list this thing for $70 and, plus shipping. This thing sold. It's the fastest thing I've ever sold. It sold within minutes. And I was like, well, damn, I should have underpriced it a lot higher.
Very nice.
But if you were to buy them, and see, and here's the thing, I think the case meant the world to whoever jumped on this so fast, because they could buy these single pliers for about $12 to $15 a piece, just the single plier. So I figured with the case, if I can get, another $30 for it, awesome. So I threw it up for 70 and it sold within minutes. So
Sweet.
if you come across that thing in the wild somewhere, definitely pick it up and definitely list it for much higher than I did.
Isn't most Snap-on is pretty good though, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I know
Yes,
I know that
Snap-on
brand.
is
So
Snap-on is a good brand. Mechanics, especially vehicle mechanics, diesel mechanics, all that, they love Snap-on. And like I said, I was looking up comps. I couldn't find that whole set. I just saw the individual pliers, and they were, like I said, 12 to 15. So I was like, all right, 45. I got the case with mine. We'll, make it an even 70. It sold like seriously the fastest thing I've ever sold. I should have listed it at like 125 and, see what happened there.
Speaking of
Yes.
Snap-on,
we don't want to see your Strap-on. Oh,
Snap-on metal trash can.
Oh, nice.
Got this
Really?
for $2. I got that for $2. That's so small I can't read it. $57.89 sold. And then after that, $30.29, and minus out, all the other stuff. Anyway, I got to get
Ben, I'm
new
not going to say
glasses.
what it looked like you were doing just now.
yeah, we're
I can't
trying
see
to
it.
get a
'cause-
Strap-on.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, I can always count on you guys. All right, let's move into the find of the week, gentlemen. What did we find this week?
I got some.
Well, I'll just go real quick. Mine was that Snap-on set because I literally only went to one yard sale this week, and it was this past Saturday, and that thing sold Saturday. So
All right,
that was definitely my best find.
I'm holding mine. Hold on. You know what that is, don't you?
A giant hacky sack.
Looks
Medicine
like
ball.
a hacky sack.
Is that a medicine ball?
Medicine ball.
4
4-pound medicine ball.
Don't hurt yourself picking that up, Ben.
$3.99 Goodwill. Sold comps anywhere from 40 up to $60.
Nice.
Perfect condition too. No rips, tears, holes, or nothing in it. It's like new.
Yeah, it looks new.
Yeah. All right. Who's next?
I got some
Okay.
vintage CKY VHS tapes. So this is CKY. If you don't know what CKY, it's BAM
Can't
margin.
kill yourself.
Yeah, before Jackass, this is what BAM was doing. So it's like skate videos mixed in with pranks and all that. I listed one at $30. It actually sold today for $25, and the other one, I'm not sure which one it was. This one's listed, I think, at $75. So that's the last sold comp was $75 on this VHS.
Wow.
So
Sorry, I should have said camp unalive yourself.
unalive yourself, huh?
Doesn't have the same ring to it, but
it was funny because the bin came out and there was all these VHSs and no one pays attention to VHSs. And I knew these are, worth something right here, just seeing it, I got these and a whole bunch of old snowboard videos and skate videos, all VHS.
Is that by chance where the Skeletor Beastman song came from?
Not
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
From
Is
like
it CKY the band?
15 years ago. I want to say it was Bam and his buddies. I could be wrong, but I thought it was CKY. But yeah, it was like this, like 15 years ago, it was on YouTube or something, and it was going around, but it was Skeletor Beastman, like rap battle or something.
Oh.
It was kind of funny.
I never seen that, but
I think it was CKY, maybe just something else Bam was doing, but I was pretty sure.
Yeah, because CKY is the band too that he is friends with. He's not even in the band, is he? He's just friends with
I think he's just buddies.
Videos. Yeah.
All right, Mike, what you got?
Okay, I have nothing, but I have an excuse. It's very rare that I don't go to garage sales. I love them. I really live for garage sales. I look forward to them. I jones for them, like in the winter when I can't go, and then as soon as the first week happens and it's nice, I'm out there, and I'm out there all year round, all season round. The reason why I didn't go to yard sales this weekend, and again, it hurt me deep, was because I had my own garage sale. Actually, I should have maybe used that as the sale of the week. I mean, I did $360 on Saturday and $240 on Sunday. So I netted like about 600. Not even net, gross, net, everything. It was like just sunk costs. And the reason why I really did it was because I'm just overgrown with dead stock and excess inventory. And it was really a deal where I just wanted to make space in my shed, which I was successful in that. I cleared out a good portion of my shed.
That's awesome.
So I enjoy. And look, I love going, so I love giving them as well. They're fun. A lot of work. But as I said, I didn't go to any sales this week at all. I was focusing in on my garage sale.
Okay. Pitiful sale of the week, gentlemen.
Oh, I got mine pulled up. Let me share.
See what bad sales I have.
All right. This is a Stranger Things Camp Nowhere 1985 hat. Character Dustin in the show in season 3, I believe it is wearing this hat when he gets back from going to summer camp, and he goes to Camp Nowhere. But anyways, I picked this up for $1. I thought it would have done better because I listed this thing right as season 4 came out and people were going crazy for the show again, but never had any interest in it. I kept dropping the price. Finally sold $7 plus shipping. I made $3.73 on this.
Nice. You beat me. I got one.
All right.
You want to hear mine? Okay. I sold a Fuji DR90 Extra Slim audio cassette tapes, sealed pack of 6 with free shipping, of course. And here's the breakdown. $217.
$217. Nice.
$217. So you're way ahead of me, Shane.
Yeah, mine was $4.73, but you got to take away that $1.
Yeah. You double me, so that was it. They can't all be winners, right?
That's right.
Who you got, Alex?
I'll pull it up here real quick. There it is. Ice to Eskimos. How to market a product to anybody or nobody who wants it. I don't know. It sold for $5.40 plus shipping, but I did charge $5 to ship it, so I probably made like $1 off the shipping.
Yeah.
Well, that's my lowest sale.
As long as you didn't ship it media mail, because media mail is like $5.83.
Yeah, really.
Okay, it's ridiculous. Yeah, that's my lowest sale right there, though. Interesting book, though.
Yeah, that's been a joke forever, right? If dude could sell ice to Eskimos.
Yeah.
Mine is this Johnny Cash concert DVD. That's so small, guys. I can't read it. It's so small. Y'all have to tell me.
1994 concert.
You made $4.43 after all was said and done, minus your buy cost of $7.
For Johnny not selling.
Yeah, so that was mine. All right. That covers that part. Shane, if you've got comments, I'm going to read our members here real quick, and then I'll turn it over to you to read the comments of the week. And we want to thank
comments of the week.
Yeah, the follow-up MVP members, of course. Mike, we got to thank Mike, MVP member, joining us here on the show. Also, Vintage Sports Flips, Keith, go check his YouTube channel out. Rick in Maryland, funny story. We always tell this. He was just the tip membership, but he didn't like his name being associated with just the tip. So he upgraded to the MVP level. And then, of course, our Skybox members, Wolfman Goodies, go check him out on YouTube. Trash to Cash Podcast, Flipping for Laughs, also on YouTube. Mary McQueen and Good Water Pickers on YouTube. And Captain Morgan Riverboat Adventures. I love saying that. We want to thank all those.
It's fun, but it blows my mind. Like, that does not sound like somebody who'd be watching this channel.
Well, apparently the last viewer comment where you're getting ready to read is not a watcher either, but they left some words. You want to share it?
Not a fan, that's for sure. So shout out user CGB999. He or she don't know, but they said, I'm confused. You have a guest that you don't really explain, and a host that is missing that you don't explain. Very odd show, kind of forgettable. And we replied, we had to, a few of us, or at least a couple of us. Ben said, "We love odd. Thank you." And I said, "How did we not explain the guests? Also, it's not our place to go into detail about why Chris wasn't there. I didn't realize our show was that complex. We'll dumb it down for you this week." So CGB 999 comes back and says, "Look, the 20 to 30 minutes I watched explained nothing. Guess
he
you
came
just
back.
forgot to introduce the guest or new host, so I tuned out." Well, you know, CGB, I'm sorry we're such a disappointment, but we love you anyways. Thanks for the boost to the algorithms.
Yes, sir.
I didn't see that he commented back to you. That's
I
fine.
didn't either until just now.
Oh,
That's hilarious. You watched
Like,
30 minutes though? Wow.
Like you know, I don't usually get upset about comments, but I felt like we introduced Chad pretty well. And then, like I said, it's not our place to tell everybody, you know, what's going on with Chris. You know, when Chris gets back, if he wants to talk about stuff, that's on him, man. So we
it's
said,
all about
you know,
reselling. I mean, come on.
yeah,
You watched
I mean,
5 minutes
we,
and know it were resellers on eBay or wherever.
yeah, we told you know that Chris was on a personal thing, you know, and he was gone. That should be good enough. I don't care who you are.
Maybe we should have threw it under this heading.
Ridiculous comment of the week.
Oh, that's a new one.
I mean,
Yeah.
I love all our viewers. Don't get me wrong. That one just kind of rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah. I like being odd, though. I think it works.
Yeah, odd's good.
Yes, it is. All right. Mike, I'm going to give you an opportunity, and I'm sure you've had to have this happen. We have a segment that we rarely do, but when we do, we kind of blister the far out of it. And, you know, it is called the stupid reseller mistake of the week. But since this is your first time on the show, does an instance come to your mind where you just really screwed the pooch on something?
He's already.
Okay. Tell us about that.
He anticipated this.
So I found these. I had these for a long time. They only turned up because one of the other reasons why I do that yard sale every year is that I get a chance to touch, you know, put eyes and touch everything. And I found these vans, right? So I said, okay, I'm not selling these at the yard sale, right? They're nice. I mean, they're really in good shape, almost brand new, suede. Come out for about $45. So I go to listing them today. Actually, it was, and I'm listing them, and I'm really going pictures galore and whatever. And the last thing that I did was snap a picture of the you know, the label with the size and everything number. And someone, I don't remember who it was, but someone said, you know what? Whenever you selling shoes, make sure you snap both of those identification tags. Now, of course, you should do that first, right? I did it last. So after and I really spent some time on this listing, maybe 10 to 15 minutes, I noticed that, oh, and actually, this was the first clue. As I was taking the photos, I don't know if you can see it, but you start the heel here, and then you go up to the toe. So
Two different sizes.
So I look at the label, and this one is a U.S. men's 12, and this was a
11 and a half.
U.S. men's 10 and a half, ladies 12.
Whoopsie.
Which moral of the story is, and I mean, I remember getting these for like nothing, and they were like, they're really pretty much brand new. And you gotta suspect when you know it's a deal's too good to be true. Gotta be something wrong with it. Now I shouldn't have even spent 20 minutes listing it before I checked the tags. But before that, I shouldn't have even bought them for the dollars I spent without checking to see if they weren't the same size. So that's my stupid reseller mistake of the week. Although at least I didn't, not notice it and then send it out and then get a return. And that would have been a real stupid reseller sale. It would have been a bad sale. It would have been a bad mistake and a lot of waste of time.
Well, Mike, I have heard stories, and I don't know, I've never done this myself, but I have heard stories that people have success selling one shoe to folks who have one leg.
Oh yeah, I'm planning on listing them individually.
Yeah.
So I can really salvage some. I'll take all the pictures, but all of the item specifics. I'm gonna make 2 listings out of one and get maybe $25 instead of like the 60 that I was going to get for those because they were in good shape. So we'll see. Worth a shot. I'm not throwing them away. Remember, I'm the type of person I don't throw anything out.
Yeah, I did the same thing. I went to go list shoes, and they're both the same side shoe, or like a right or left foot. But sold them to 1 foot flipper, so didn't lose.
Yeah,
out.
there you go.
Right.
I don't think I had any mistakes this week. I bought a watch that doesn't work, but I think it's just the battery.
Yeah, that's easy.
But I don't have the tool to get the back off, so I'm going to take it to the jewelry store and have them pop it open and get a new battery for it. It's a ladies' Bulova watch that should sell for around $80. I gave $15 for it at that yard sale. I got the snap-on tool thing.
Well, that's cool. That'd be worth the fix and the time.
Yeah, I mean, the batteries are pretty cheap. So, and I probably actually have the battery already. I just don't have the tool to get the back of this watch off.
Just send the battery in the pack with the watch when you sell it.
I don't know
how to put it in.
Shane, I don't know if you caught Grams and Pop's video where Teresa was saying how she bought this like kit for like $15 from Amazon, and it's got all the tools, everything you could possibly need. And she says she's been turning around watches and small jewelry.
And I'm glad you mentioned that because I do remember her talking about that, and I completely forgot. So maybe that's something I look into.
Good
if
investment.
I'm gonna be a watch guy, a watch bro.
I failed in the opportunity at the reseller meetup to bestow this award on Woody, Reselling with Woody here on YouTube.
Woody.
And he traveled the furthest to come to the meetup in Crossville. And I picked this up at a yard sale at the 127. So, Woody, we're going to be sending this out to you. This should have been given to you the night of the meetup. And it says, Mom of the Year, Best Producer of Love, Understanding, and Chocolate Chip Cookies. This is your award for traveling 12 plus hours to come down and hang out with all of us crazy people.
Congratulations.
So, Woody, when you're watching this is going to be coming to you, buddy.
Yep. Next year, bring cookies.
Bring cookies. That's right.
And I'm glad he came. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
He really is.
What was the best part for you, Mike, for 127? I know we've been accused of beating it into the ground, but we had so much fun. We'll never forget any of it. But here we go.
It was such a nice environment. I mean, I know it's overstated because it's true, and everyone will say the same thing. You get to these meetups, and they're all great. I love them all. I mean, I love all the Trash to Cash meetups that I've gone to. I love Katie and Vicky's meetup in Vegas every year, and when Josh was doing the flip cons, you guys know me. I go to all of them. Right from the first one that I went to in Boss, it was such an awakening for me. I committed to myself, I'm going to go to every one from here on in, and I've done that. I was sick for one and I couldn't make it, but I've made every other major reselling event since. And like I said, because I feed on that. I love community and I love all the people. And what was different about yours from all the other ones, not that it takes away from any of the other ones, was that sense of community took a little bit more of a personal flavor. It wasn't just like you meet everyone else at all the other meetups, and you have these relationships for life, and you'll kind of stay in touch with them a little bit, and you'll look forward to meeting them at the next event because everyone goes to all of them, so you get you really develop this kind of like community that doesn't quit. But the difference with this one, the main distinction was that, like I said, it was more of a personal connection. Like, for example, when I got home from the 127, I stayed in real constant touch with all you guys. I mean, Woody I speak to once a week or so. I've spoken on the phone to Chris, and again, not that it's patronizing with everyone else or it's fake. It's not. It's just that it kind of ends. The intimacy of it ends shortly after the event ends, and with the locker room family, and I really call it a family, because like you guys really didn't know me from Adam. You took me in. You really treated me nice. I really, from the bottom of my heart, and if I start going on the talk any longer, you're going to see a grown man cry. But you really took care of me, and we had fun. We let our hair down a little bit, and as Mary McLean said, she made a comment. She's a sweetie.
Little.
I will not. I will not agree or disagree with the statements that were made because she was there. But we had some laughs. It was nice, and it was a partying environment. We all had a good time, and it was a good opportunity for all. Like even speaking to Mary, for example. Now she's a respectable woman.
Yeah.
And you would think that which she might not have fit in, but she just fit in. It's a testimony to her. I mean, she's that kind of wonderful person. I'm really crazy about her. Mary.
Man,
really
she had so many killer stories from back in the day. Like she was like a little rocker chick hanging out with bands, and like I was surprised at some of the stories she was talking about. She's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and she fit in. We all to your guys' credit, you really made it. We had those after parties every night. They were the best part of the event, and it was just like very comfortable. Everyone felt like my friend Jefferson. I know Jefferson. I was just on his show Pocket Change a couple of weeks ago, and I felt a little awkward in inviting him to your house, but you did, and he was there every night after that. You know what I mean? It was like it wasn't my place, but I said, no, these guys are cool. Just like Archie said to me, these guys are cool. I said to him, these guys are cool. And now and again, you just have a nice. But it's like that throughout the reseller community. That's why I love all these things. And if I could just say one thing in closing to all of the viewership, really, if you've not gone to a meetup, take it. Take the opportunity. And it doesn't have to be. You don't have to fly to the other side of the country. You can do like little meetups locally. There's a lot of opportunities. You go on Facebook groups. eBay even has one category where you can connect with other local resellers in your area, and it would behoove anyone to just reach out and meet with other resellers, going out with them. There's no competition. Everyone's looking to support each other out. And all these things. It's the greatest community. Like in my electrical industry, it was cutthroat, and you couldn't really go and meet other electricians. They're going to try to beat you out of a job. But with the reseller community, right, Shane, you're in the industry, and it's just a wonderful thing. So don't lose the opportunity if you can. At least check one of these things out, and you believe me, you'll say that I knew what I was talking about. Really good times.
Absolutely.
Heck yeah.
Well said.
Well, that was a well said final word. Real quick, Ben, before we jump out, I want to just boast for a minute if I can.
Sure.
Because I saw your subscribe to our other channel things. And so I'm going to mention Soda City Rips, the new channel. It's getting a little bit of traction. I'm only up at like 39 subscribers, but the channel is 2 weeks old, and I got my first affiliate link already.
Nice.
Killer.
I thought that was super cool. So Super Break Sports, I now have an affiliate through them or with them, however you word that. So if you guys are interested in checking that channel out and checking out the Super Break stuff, you get 10% off by using code Soda City Rips. That's the first time I get to say that. So that's pretty cool. I'm stoked about that.
Congratulations, man. That's great.
Thank you. I've been having fun over there.
Yeah, I'm going to be on CJ Ben's Finds YouTube channel, his podcast, Pocket Change podcast. So Mike was on that show as well, so I'll be on there. I'm not sure when it comes out. We're recording on Sunday, so keep an eye out for that.
And your YouTube channel.
I have a YouTube channel. It sucks.
Beard King Picker. Go check him out.
Well, wait a minute now, Ben.
New video.
I got a phone call from Alex yesterday.
That's not
about a possible I don't know. All right, what? I'll let you announce. I'll let you announce when you're ready.
Yeah.
What?
Teaser.
Teaser.
Okay, in the show.
We'll see. Later.
Mike, I don't know about these guys, them scheming on me or something. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we've had Mike Camporeale, one of our best friends in the reselling community, great supporter of this channel as well as all of our channels and probably even yours if you're watching. And if you've never spoke to Mike, reach out to him, give him a shout through email. Mike, you want to give your email out?
Sure. It's mikemetco@gmail.com. All one word. MikeMetco.
If you've got any questions about customer service that he talked about tonight, send him an email, pick his brain. He is the most thorough when it comes to customer service that we have ever heard of before.
Yeah. Absolutely. Glad to return any messages about. Cool.
That's right. That's right. Mike, the ambassador of the locker room, ladies and gentlemen. Fellas, I think it's time we get on out of here because I need to find out what these two have got cooking up. I have no idea what they're talking about. But anyway, one great thing, though, if you're watching, and I forget who commented, Shane's pictures are straightly hanging on the wall.
I meant to bring that up.
Congratulations. This is the locker room. I'm Rocky Top Picker, Soda City Flips, Beard King Picker, and Mike Camporeale. We're out. We're going to see you every Thursday, 9 a.m. Eastern. Peace and love.